Hello, welcome back. This is Kench1913, and we are Let's Playing Drakengard 2. In the last episode, we regretfully killed Angelus and Kai. And now we're actually going to head over to the remote village. That's in the sanctuary where we can purchase not only some goods, but we can also do a couple of new things. I'm just going to purchase these items and these weapons. Yeah, and some of them I can't even use. But yeah, here's this mind orb, cuts MP by half. Life orb continually restores HP, which is great. These brilliant crystals are very expensive, but they're worth it. I'm just gonna buy them. I'm gonna try not to use too many of them, because once again, I did put in that infinite money code, and I do kind of feel like I'm kind of like, you know, I'm getting all the stuff now, but that's all right. Anyways, now let's go. What we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to be going through the sanctuary, or the castle of the goddess once again. We're going to get some interesting weapons in the castle of the goddess. There's 2 weapons we're going to get while we're there, and yeah, it should be interesting. Anywho's, yeah, last episode we beat Kaim and Angelus, or at least Angelus. They died. They had a nice little, they had the Growing Wings song, which was nice. We haven't heard that yet. We'll actually hear it a little bit more later. But I hope in Drakengard 3 they actually have that Growing Wings song. I was looking at some of the footage from Drakengard 3. I don't know. I want to play it, and I'm kind of leery. I'm hoping that it will connect in some way. Anyways, let's read this, because I forgot to show this off. Anyways, this master blacksmith made this sword that seals the gods, but he sealed it into some sort of weapon. Right? And then the trainee blacksmith heard this and decided he can make a tidy profit making the weapons, so he did this. And basically the sword that we have is a fake sword. It's not the real one, I think. I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. I was looking at some of the footage, some of the cutscenes. I don't like the character design of the main character. The only thing I don't like about her is that she's got a friggin' flower in her eye. That's weird. I'm pretty sure it comes out in May for US release, so I will be picking it up. Hopefully I can play through it, you know, do all of what I need to do, and then do an LP of it eventually, because I'm sure people are going to want to see it. I don't know how many. I hope you people are enjoying the this playthrough. I mean, you know, I know that most people, you know, a lot of times people don't end up watching the videos as I'm posting them, and, you know, days later they'll eventually catch up to it, which is fine. Anyways, now, as you can see, the skies are full of purple. It kind of reminds me of the goop that was in Ghostbusters 2. If you remember the river of slime that was underneath New York City. So yeah, it's a river of slime, and all led to Vigo the Conqueror, right? Anywho's, yeah, the world kind of looks like that now. We're taking some time out of our busy schedule to head over to the old castle, but first we have to defeat the enemies up here. But yeah, Drakengard 3, it looks interesting. Obviously, it's a prequel. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with all the girls in the game, because apparently there's multiple goddesses in that game. And I bet you something's going to go down with them where they're all going to be seals or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. This is just my stipulation of how it's going to roll. Because all the characters' names are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 0. Like, I think that's our character's name, 0. And like I said, hopefully it'll make sense to... I heard it does connect Nier and Drakengard 1 together. And I'm sure if it connects at least Drakengard 1, it'll connect a little bit with this game. Actually, I was looking at some character stuff, and there's one character who looks like he uses 2 swords that look like Nowe's swords, or Oro's swords, or whatever. Someone's swords. Yeah, these guys aren't too tough. The only thing you gotta worry about is they do that thing where it kind of freezes you in that little circle. If you do get stuck in it, keep tapping the dash button. You should be able to get out of it before you take any too much damage from the enemies. Yeah, see, I think from what I was looking at, Drakengard... Oh, there we go. Good, I got it. I was gonna say, Drakengard 3 looks like it's gonna suffer from, like, Star Wars syndrome in the essence of... You know how in the first 3, the original 3 Star Wars, they had, like, these ships, and they look kind of bulky, they look kind of funky looking, you know, they weren't as sleek as they could be, and then when they made the next trilogy, the first 3 movies, or the first 3 in the trilogy, they ended up having all the ships and everything look super sleek, and like the technology looked way better in the past than it did in the future. So I'm wondering if they're going to suffer from that kind of syndrome where everything's going to look way better in this game, and they're going to have all these weird things, whereas in like this game, they don't have like a bunch of weird technology, you know what I mean? There's not much of it except like planes and blimps and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's why I saw just from some of the footage that I watched. And like I said, I think it's going to be more like Nier in the gameplay-wise. But we'll see. Now we got to take on these Reapers. And once again, you gotta kind of worry about them. Not only throwing that shit, but you gotta wait till... See, the nice thing about this is, like, when you get close enough, they will, you can actually hit them no matter what, if he has the scythe in his hand. Which is good, because in the last game, you could not hit him. There we go. So yeah. You can probably tell what we're going to go get at the sanctuary, because we don't have it yet. I mean, you probably can tell. I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah. Anyways, I don't think we can use mana for this part. Well, no, maybe we can. We can't use it for the next part. But apparently she's sinking back into madness. And now Nowe wants to save her. And it's like, come on, man. Get over it. You can't save everyone. Just let this one die. I mean, she is a real tool, to be honest and fair. And the people who are looking for Hymir's finger, we're gonna get it. I think we get it second playthrough. And it's friggin' badass. It's just as badass as it was in the first game. So we're gonna head to the 3rd floor of the goddess's thing. And there we go, Takimasa is level 4, which I think it's kind of, I don't remember how strong it is. Anyways, the thing you want to do here in this area, we do have the map, which is nice. But the thing you want to do in this area is you want to kill all the red knights. Because if you kill all the red knights, you'll get a reward. Who doesn't like rewards, seriously? So yeah, we're gonna comb through here like we're combing through the desert. Boom! Alright, anything else? Nope, let's cook the silver butterfly. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip you guys. I don't give a shit. I just want to fight all the red guys. There's 2 treasures in here. One you're gonna get when you reach the end, no matter what. And one that you're gonna get if you defeat all the red guys. Ooh, money. But yeah, so this place is haunted, as you can probably tell. At least the music's nice in here. Before it wasn't as nice. It was music we heard before. But yeah, we get like a sweet variation of growing wings, which is nice. Like I said, that's why I hope that they do a decent version of it in the next game. That would be kind of neat, even if they did it in the first game. I mean, in the in Nier. I doubt they actually have it in Nier. But one of the characters in Nier, holy moly, she's got a potty mouth, man. She drops the F-bomb and all everything. All right, now we gotta kill the little. There we go. Spermy there. Meow, yes, meow. Anyways, we gotta come over here, kill this guy as well. Yeah, luckily these guys aren't too hard. I wonder, yeah, no, you know who's good at these guys? Probably Eris. You never get her. Have to wait till new game for her, I guess. Anyways, yeah, let's do this. That's good. And in a few moments, I'll probably realize that I got a map. Because I'm like, oh man, if I gotta explore this whole place without a map, this is gonna be a nightmare. And now we're on the second floor, Grand Corridor. Which kind of sort of rhymes. Boom! Look how easily this is. There we go. Ooh, look at that money, huh? Why would the Union leave that much money around? I'm surprised this place is even full of monsters at this point. So yeah, now I feel like the only dragon that's left is Legna. He's like the last unicorn, but there's a dragon. You know what? He's like the dragon from Braveheart. No, yeah, from Braveheart. Dragonheart. He's like that guy. He is the last one. I am the last dragon. That was a... You know what? Going back and watching that, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't that bad. I loved it. That was like at the... That was at the beginning of like when they started getting some good CG animation. I bet you if they did it now, it'd look amazing. The story was pretty good though. I don't know if you guys ever saw Dragonheart. I enjoyed it. Dennis Quaid is a dragon hunter, and he's fighting off because, you know, you know what? Actually, it's kind of interesting now that I'm thinking about it. That movie is sort of like this is like Drakengard, because what ended up happening is like this prince. You know, Dennis Quaid, he's this warrior. He's training the prince, and one day the prince gets in. The king gets in a skirmish with like a rebellion, and the prince ends up getting stabbed, and the king ends up dying. So the prince ends up getting stabbed, and what ends up happening is they take him to a dragon, who ends up, hey look, here's the map. Isn't that nice? Now I have a map. Anyways, the prince ends up making sort of a pact with the dragon, and what ends up happening is they kind of share like life force or something like that. And yeah, so if the prince dies, so does the dragon, because he has like his heart or something in him, something like that. It was a good movie. It is called Dragonheart. You're right. But yeah, it was a good movie. And yeah, I guess they sort of made a pact, the prince and the dragon. Anyways, the prince ended up being a real dickhead, and Dennis Quaid's character thought it was because the dragon influenced his heart, or influenced him, and made him bad. So he went around killing all the dragons. Finally, he gets to this last dragon, who he eventually finds out is the dragon that did the same. Is the dragon that did the pact with the prince. So now he's the king, and the king is an asshole. And so the warrior and the dragon lead a rebellion to take down the prince, or the king, or whatever. And it's a good movie, like I said. I bet you if it was made now, it would probably have some pretty interesting more action scenes. Maybe they could flesh out the story a little bit more. But they talk about how like Dennis Quaid always wanted to be part of like the Knights of the Round Table or whatever. Something like that, I forget exactly. But yeah, good movie. And of course, Dennis Quaid's character and Sean Connery, who did the voice of the dragon, they actually become buddies. So, yeah. And also, Peter Pothwaite's in it. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's a good guy. He's not around anymore. He was in The Usual Suspects. He played Kobayashi. But yeah, so good movie. Kind of reminds me of this now that I'm thinking about it. With the whole pact and all that. When one dies, they both die. Convenient, no? Big leg those words. Anyways, let's use a healing item. But yeah, trying to think what else. That was a good movie. And so yeah, that was like on the cusp of CG. Like I think even after what's it called? Even after Jurassic Park. Like I'd have to go. Although the only thing I bitched about, I remember going to see it as a kid and loving it. But the only thing I bitched about was like I didn't like the fact that the fire came out his nose, like through his nostrils, like he had boogers of fire. And yeah, the dragon, I think it had this good song at the end of the movie. I forget what it was. Getting my ass handed to me by these a-holes. There we go, we defeated all the Red Knights. And that opens up a door over there in which I want to go to. But first I want to head to, you see that treasure chest over there? I want to get that. So yeah, pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. I used to love all those cool. I love knights. That's one thing I enjoyed as a kid. I like knights. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie Excalibur, but that's like one of my favorite medieval movies. You know, King Arthur basically tells the story of how King Arthur got Excalibur, you know, and his rule and his eventual demise to his half-sister. ends up wedding him, or bedding him, and making a bastard. An incestual bastard. Who ends up fighting him later on in life. But yeah. Anyways, that movie was good, and it had that cool song. I know it's kind of hard to hear that and this game music at the same time, but yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's use another item. But yeah. For some reason I was thinking I had to destroy all the guys in order to get the treasure. Because there were 3 chests that I'm missing here. Oh, here we go. Let's see what this one is. Oh, this is just a key. Yeah, so you're probably wondering why all these coins are dropping like this. Well, I want to say after you reach a certain point in your combos, like your max combos, it actually saves the max combos you do. Like if you hit start and go to the menu, and you can go see max combos. When you reach a certain number, you'll always get like coins dropping, and it goes from regular, those $10 ones to the $100 one, and so forth. I know I put in a code one time that you get max chain, and they were just dropping. They were literally dropping those big bags of 1,000 coins. It was crazy. It's friggin' craziness. Craziness. So yeah, this is some good stuff. Alright, let's see. What is this? Is this going to be another thing, or is this going to be a key to somewhere else? Yes. So we need this, we need to do that in order to get the goddess room key. Well, let's see. This must be the special weapon we're going to be in. Now, this weapon is a spear. And it actually was used by a character that we used in the other game. Even though that weapon was probably more of a pole than it was a spear. But in this game they made it a spear. And like, we'll eventually get Cire's weapon as well, but I think that's like 3rd playthrough weapon. Anyways, here we are on the 3rd floor. The outer wall of the goddess room. I'm not even gonna. Should I even bother with you, Kirk? Oh yeah, I forget. I forget that, you know, you gotta do that. Anyways, let's destroy you. Alright. Alright, now if you remember correctly, this is the room, this is the area where we went running, and, you know, Inuart was there, and he's like, "Time, hurry! You must help me!" or whatever, because he couldn't handle it on his own, because he's a puss-puss. And then after we defeated all the Empire dogs, you know, Inuart's like, "Oh, we're gonna win, because we've got Kaim on our side, and this is gonna be great." And then he's like, "Let me play you a song." Then that was seriously like the last moment of happiness they all had together. Oh, I didn't even know if it was happiness. That was the last moment of, like, friendly, fun time that they had, I guess. I don't even know if I would call it that. And Inuart's singing wasn't even that good, to be honest. I mean, he gave up a pack for a shitty thing. And somehow his pack got he doesn't have his pack. I mean, he's dead, right? But he never got released from his pack. Like, there's been only one time that I've ever seen, you know, a pack been released. Would be with Kime when he was doing one of the endings with Angelus where he had to fight her. That was the only time I've ever seen a pack been released. Alright, so we get the treasure. Once we get the treasure, that's the end of the level. Isn't that nice? This one's an interesting one. No point in doing it again since we only get one weapon. And you probably know what this weapon's gonna be. Something our uncle left us, for sure. Even though he probably didn't leave it for us. He's just like, yeah, I don't need this shit anymore. Yes, we get Kime's sword. Yeah, probably the second strongest sword of this part. And the Tower of Warning, which is actually Leonard's weapon. So in the next episode, we'll look over Kime's weapon and head over to whatever we need to do next.